Welcome to Zenzile Life, where we give you the tools to become a healthier, happier you. Today, Dr. Elisma van der Smith is going to continue talks on automatic negative thoughts or ANS. And today, I'm going to be talking about feeling guilty. Feeling guilty is a particularly damaging distortion and is the tendency to make should statements. Should statements are statements that you make to yourself about what you should do, what you ought to do, or what you must do. They can also be applied to others, imposing a set of expectations that will likely not be met. You use these thoughts to criticize yourself or sometimes to criticize others. You try to motivate yourself with statements like, I should do this, I must do that. These statements cause you to feel pressured and resentful. With that kind of statements, you achieve the opposite result, feeling even more unmotivated and apathetic. When the reality of your own behaviors falls short of your standards, your shoulds and shouldn'ts create self-loathing, shame, and guilt. For example, you don't even like playing tennis, but you take lessons as you feel you should, and that you shouldn't make so many mistakes on the court, and that your coach ought to be stricter on you. You also feel that you must please him by trying harder. More examples. If I don't do this, then this will happen. I must not get angry. He should always be on time. I should always have an immaculate house. If I say no, I'll be a bad person. I should be happy all the time. Life shouldn't be so hard. A good person should always do what's right. A successful person should always be happy. When we hang on too tightly on our should statements about ourselves, the result is often guilt that we cannot live up to them. When we cling to our should statements about others, we are generally disappointed by the failure of the others to meet our expectations, leading to anger and resentment. What should I do? Guilt is, first and foremost, an emotion. You may think of guilt as a good way to get someone to do something for you out of a sense of obligation. Guilt is, however, not a very good motivator. It's one of the sad emotions, which also include agony, grief, and loneliness. Here is how to stop feeling guilty. Stop magnifying. Ask yourself if your self-punishment fits the crime. It probably doesn't. You are not your actions. You are responsible for your actions, but they don't make you a bad person. Self-compassion. Forgiving yourself makes you behave better. Thinking you're a bad person makes you act worse. Apologize. Say you're sorry for what they think you did wrong, not what you think you did wrong. Become aware of your should, oughts, and musts, and try to replace them with more encouraging thoughts. Whenever you hear yourself a should, must, or ought statement, ask yourself, why should I? Am I putting unreasonable demands on myself and others? Ask, what can I learn from this? Torturing yourself doesn't make you a better person. Learning does. You will screw up again. It will happen. But you don't have to be tortured by guilt again. Forgive yourself. Repair the damage and move on. You're not a bad person, but you sometimes do bad things. You know what that makes you? Human. Give yourself a break and the permission to be less than perfect. The permission to be human.